Hello, and this is about our trip to, or time spent in Barcelona. We found Barcelona a very enjoyable city, also very easy to get around in, like many of the cities in Europe. Now, we came in by train, so we arrived at the Estació here, and as you can immediately see, you're looking at a metro map. It's very easy to connect from the train station to this vast network of subway system. If you come in by airport, it's also easy to get the airport bus, and we in fact took the bus to the airport when we were leaving later. So tickets are about €6 and go from the airport to and from the Plaça de Catalunya, which is sort of a hub for tourism, or the tourist area in Barcelona. Now, so you get onto the metro, and so you'd probably be going to Catalunya or one of these other stops in this general area. We did indeed get off at Catalunya. Another thing to note is that you can get a 10-ride ticket on the metro. This not only cuts the price, the advantage we found was that we could use this it was for 4 people, and can be used by more than one person at a time. So one person goes through the gate, turns around, hands the ticket back to the next person in their party who goes through, and so on. That way we didn't have to buy, say, 4-day passes. We could use this if we just wanted to take a couple of rides on the metro in one day. Okay, so from Catalunya we walked down through the old city area. So we were walking from here right down through here. You can see there's a lot of different things marked. Everything in the this old city area and most of the major tourist sites are very readily accessible, close to each other by walking, or if you want to, you can hop on the metro for one stop or two, or you can also catch a city bus. You can also wish to pay these 24 to €30 here, pay for the tourist bus, which is a hop-on, hop-off system. You can get on at any number of different points, get off over a period of 1 day, 2 days, whatever you have arranged for, and that will go to the major sites. Right, but we did not choose to do that. We walked down through to see the cathedral, some of the old city area, and then we went to the City Museum, which was very worthwhile. These are our tickets from the museum. It was rather hard to get any pictures there because most of what you're going to see is in fact underground. It's some of the remains of the old city from the time of the Romans, so the Roman times. And that was a good way. We spent probably about an hour and a half in there. And our first day we only had half a day. We arrived in the morning, and we were heading for a cruise boat in the afternoon. Okay, so then after we were at the City Museum, we walked down to here. This was the tickets we had to get a shuttle bus from the port area down to the end of the port, down to the end of the dock. There was no way you could walk that. You had to buy the shuttle bus tickets. Okay, and by the way, maps are quite readily available. There's lots of tourist maps if you go to the tourist information office. Okay, and so we were able to get along quite well with just these walking around. Okay, so then we were on our cruise boat for quite, a week and a half or so, close to 2 weeks. When we came back into Barcelona and did the reverse shuttle bus back to the port area, from the end of the dock to the port area. And from there we walked let's see, so our boat came in to about here. We walked to our pension, a small hotel, which was right around here. Very easy, short walk.
And now here we are waiting for somebody to show up so we can either drop our bags or check in or something.
Okay, the proprietor there was gracious enough to let us leave our stuff, even though it was only about between 10 and 11 in the morning. And so from there, we then were walking around up to the area where you can see a lot of Gaudí architecture. Actually, it's, I think, even further up here. So that was a kind of a lot of walking. So we came up to here, and then we walked also back over to the Arc de Triomphe, and then we stopped in at the Chocolate Museum, Museu de Xocolata. It was just a sort of cute little museum, and it was different. The kids were a little bit tired of seeing, churches and art and, the religious art and so forth. This was fun. And then after that, we did, in fact, have tickets for Sagrada Familia, which is a little bit further out of the way, but we had gotten these tickets before we left the U.S., and we had both children's or adults and children's tickets. This is one of the things we were able to get, I guess, actually student prices for. Okay, and so we bought those entry tickets before we left the U.S. We did pick up the elevator tickets when we got there, and you can see our other pictures of the inside of the cathedral. It was quite stunning. Okay, so Sagrada Familia is a little bit more out of the way here, but it's probably not walking distance for most people, but there is a metro stop right there, so again, very convenient. And you might say, oh, what about the Picasso Museum? Isn't there a Picasso Museum? Well, there is indeed, and in fact it's very close to where we were staying. It's right in this area. Unfortunately, we were there on the wrong day of the week. It's not open on Mondays, so nothing we could do about that. All right, and besides the things we went to see, there are certainly other museums and churches and the like to see in Barcelona. So we had a good time in the short amount of time we had there, and probably could have spent easily another day or two.
That was where our show was. So now we're moving in the bus. Okay, now we're on the bus going to airport on our way back home. We woke up at like 6:45 and it's 7:30 something right now.
Looking up at Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. It's obviously huge, much huger than we can get in any one pic. Very high ceiling, enormous pillars. You can hear the noise of construction. Construction began on this church in 1883 and has been going. Beautiful stained glass windows and just all sorts of, I want to say random, interesting architectural features, although I'm sure they're not random, they're just unusual on Sagrada Familia. And I don't even know if I'll be able to bend over backward far enough to get this whole thing in. It is just enormously tall and very, very ornately carved, detailed, as you can tell. Okay, you can see there's construction booms.
Now we're in the Museum of the Sagrada Familia models.
Different architecture competing blocks. The competing architecture.
Casa Milà.
This is a far further view you can see on the top. Casa Milà. Roman wall and defense tower.
Can you get a photo of us?
A chocolate museum. So is this a chocolate tree?
Cacao.
Huh? Cow tree?
Cacao.
Cacao. Oh, cacao tree. Cacao tree. Adrian said all this is made of chocolate for the display. Really true, this is all made
Yes.
chocolate. Yada.
There's a bunch of fruits. Ooh, wow. Palm tree. Cathedral is this again?
It's Barcelona Cathedral.
And then here's where we just were.